Morning. I'm attorney Ben Crump, along with my co-counsel and fraternity brother, attorney Lee Merritt. We are honored to represent Ms. Wanda Cooper, the mother of Ahmaud Arbery, and Mr. Arbery, the father of Ahmaud Arbery. And we are going to make some brief comments on the landmark decision made by the Georgia Attorney General, Chris Carr, and then we will take your questions. My statement is very straightforward and consistent. The path to justice for Ahmaud Arbery and his family has been a long and arduous one, but the indictment is yet another step in the right direction. Former DA Johnson may not have pulled the trigger on the day Ahmaud was murdered, but she played a starring role in the cover-up. Ahmaud was stalked, gunned down, and his killers were allowed to freely walk the streets for months. And why? Because DA Johnson wanted to protect one of Ahmaud's killers, former police officer Gregory McMichael. While nothing will bring Ahmaud back, we can make sure his death was not in vain. The indictment sends a clear message to those in law enforcement and in the justice system whose actions and ethics fail to meet the standards of their office. Corruption, evil, racism, and hate have no place here. We demand the former DA Johnson be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law without leniency. Now you will hear from attorney Lee Merritt.
Thank you, Brother Ben Crump. This historic decision by the grand jury in South Georgia at the behest of the Attorney General, General Carr, we hope will send ripple effects throughout the legal community. Ahmaud Arbery's murder was a tipping point in this nation for addressing the issue of not only violence and racism, but systemic racism that exists within our legal system. The systemic nature of the crime against Ahmaud was amplified by the district attorney, Jackie Johnson, playing a direct role herself and instructing law enforcement not to make the arrest of the men responsible for Ahmaud's murder, coordinating with other prosecutors in the region, specifically Mr. George Barnhill, to ensure that Ahmaud's family were denied answers and access to information, and to ensure that this case remained encumbered in a legal process that tends to lend itself or bend in favor of law enforcement. It is important that as we go about seeking justice for families, that we don't continue the myth, the narrative, that it's the responsibility of a lone wolf, a bad actor, when we see these national tragedies. But during the unique year in this country, a movement year of 2020, the reason Ahmaud Arbery's case stood out is because the family of Ahmaud, his mother and father, and the community demanded accountability not only for Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Bryan, or Roddy Bryan, but also for those elected officials who were responsible for ensuring a thorough and adequate investigation and accountability. Often in these cases, those prosecutors who interfere with access to justice for families are given a free pass to continue prosecutorial misconduct and to continue in their office. But the people of Georgia sent a clear mandate, and not only in removing Jackie Johnson from office in the most recent election, but then following that up to say that she would have to be held accountable for her violations to her oath of office, that she would have to be held accountable for her violation of Ahmaud Arbery's family and denying them justice and denying our community justice for over 72 days. We are extremely grateful for the diligent work of the grand jury in this case. And it's important to note what General Carr said. The investigation is ongoing. And we will continue to seek out accountability at every level for people because of their actions or inactions who have denied Ahmaud Arbery's family's justice. We are thankful for the ongoing federal prosecutions in this case of each of the men involved. We are grateful for the state level prosecution and the trial that starts just next month. And we are looking forward to criminal accountability, both for Jackie Johnson and for additional presentations to the grand jury. And we are holding out for accountability for the criminal misconduct of George Barnhill as well. Thank you.